Are you kidding me? Yes. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy, where you can earn Dr. Pointers, which you can spend on giveaways and tickets to other planets. Oh my gosh. Kiza is a currency. I had to get on this. I had to get in on this. Casper says I need a better name for my currency. And somebody said Space Bucks, Das Pucks, Funds, Kerbucks. Fun spelled with a K. That was my bright idea. Starbucks, hilarious. Facuns, it looks like. Dr. Pointers, I love that one. Oh, jeez. Am I streaming or is Twitch busted? You never know. You never know with Twitch whether Twitch is busted or not. You never know. Did I unhost? Did I unhost? Am I hosting right now? Can y'all see me? Can anybody see me? I don't know. I don't know. Wait. Am I hosting? Unhost. Did I forget to do that? Exited host mode. Now you should be able to hear me. Some people could hear me. Some people couldn't hear me. That is good. I don't have any clue what I'm doing sometimes. Most of the time I don't have any clue what I'm doing. I just talk very fast, and that seems to confuse people, and so they continue to watch. All right. Woohoo! Look at that host from KSP TV. That's awesome. Why do you do that to me? Has anybody seen that the skit with Dimitri Martin, where he's like trying to catch the straw? Ah, yes. It's awful quiet in my sky tonight. Let me see if I can fix that. And my voice is rusted. My voice is rusted. No clue what he's doing. Confirmed. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Let me go down there. Like I said, it's awful quiet in my sky, so let's fix that. One of these days, I'll be like starting it up, and at least like as soon as I start broadcasting, it'll be da-da-da-da-da-da. It'll be playing some of these, but for now, come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. But where was it? It was like at 9 minutes where I wanted to start. Because I like this song. Wow. So many scrolly McWheels tonight. Like it's loading things. Come on. Yes. I like this song. I need to find where this song begins. Because this song is awesome. So let's do that right quick. This is 931. We need to go down lower than 931 to like, what, 846? Let's see here. I'm probably... Oh, I've still got Nubius coming through in full quality. Yeah, there we go. 845 is where I need to start. That's cool. We should get elevator music. That doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. What is up, people? What is up, people? I can barely talk. I have had two ridiculous streams the last 2 nights. I'm just going to push through it. Yeah, my glasses are totally green. My glasses are totally green. There's a big old picture of me with my eyes closed on the Kerbal Space program. Quick, look if you can catch it. If you can catch it, you might see me with my eyes closed before it updates the the keyframe there. You might see that. Oh, look at that. Wait, what was that? Loading day. Did I miss anything? Good evening, Das. This is 7 Days and Loving Everyday Heavy Decon. Welcome. Yagna Tyrone. Add some class to your stream. Hang on. Wait. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy with Das Valdez. I'm your host, Das Valdez. Tonight we will be exploring the very vagrancies of Rendezvous and docking. Anyways, that's not my style. Chiptunes is my style. There we go. That's awesome. That's totally awesome. Hello, Scruffy Das. Yes, I'm a little bit scruffy. I can't talk either. I need a monocle. I wonder if I could... This is a good way to poke your eye out, trying to put this in just one eye. That's not going to work. We have no hope. We have no hope. Vagaries. I don't even think I said that right. Kinda quiet. What's kinda quiet? Oh, wait, what? A raid? There was a raid. Bryce Rocks, what's up? Hectic with a raid. Hang on. Hectic raid. So we've got... Hectic stream and Hectic raid hype. Thank you, Hectic. Shadow Fighter. Who else? Hectic and Bryce. Bam! That's not really a raid. That's more of like a special forces op with only 3 operators. Raid, I envision like Braveheart levels of people like running across the plane or whatever. 3 people is more of a surgical strike, I'd say. A surgical strike. Thank you for the surgical strike, Hectic. I appreciate you. Let me see if I missed anything else. I got that from Casper. Dude, Casper, what is up? Hi, Dawson Chat. Got that one. Heavy D, I saw that one. Did I miss anybody else? Gum Gum for my Tum Tum. Has an orc, apparently. And a creeper. Abdul is here. Jade, what's up? ONV Gaming. Joshy Wawa. I thought I would be on KSP TV. That's coming up in 2 hours. I'll be on KSP TV. Allegedly. Allegedly. You need to add me to your raid. Yeah, you have to say, hey DOS, Hectic raid here, and that'll highlight it, and then I'll pay attention to it. Get elevator music while DOS is in the admin music. What's up, Sarian? EM1 Epic is here. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Army 12 BC, dude. Army, welcome back. Welcome back. No IO. Cybertech's here. Cybertech, did you see? Did you see the thingy with the stuff? Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. Chat bacon incoming. All right, here we go, dude. Cybertech, did you see it? Tell me you saw it. It is right there. Bam. Look at that. Best mod ever. Sound volume okay? Rolo, I know my voice is in seriously bad shape, and this straw is wigging me out. I am in seriously bad shape today. But that's okay, because I am taking this weekend off. I am taking this weekend off. So we'll see how that goes. And maybe when I come back, Dino Man is here. I'll be able to talk. That KSP TV host with 8 viewers. I'll take it. I'll take it. Hey, we'll get some more viewers for KSP TV later. I think we can help with that. Tie-Dye is here. Top Hat Dragon DOS, would you consider it cheaty to switch the fuel on the Ant engines to monoprop? Why would you do that, Top Hat? Because you've already got a monoprop engine that's almost the same size. The problem is that it's massless. And if you're switching config files around, why wouldn't you just edit the physics significance of the monoprop engine and make it significant and give it a mass? Maybe that would be a thing to do. Maybe that would be a thing to do. What else do we have? Dr. Kerbal, the only currency he cares about. Snuggly Squid, dude, I love that. Dr. Pointers. DOS. It's not rocket. It's rocket science, not preschool. What is that in reference to? Yeah, Thader. I don't disagree sometimes. I don't disagree. We'll come up with something though. We'll come up. You have some spare Doritos. I'll probably be stale by the time they get here. And that's about to where I started reading the chat. So there we go. We got that. We got that. Scruffy DOS. Yes, that's me, Lignoma. I need a monocle. I need a top hat. Epic Pants is here. Joshy Waz here. Destroyer, what's up? Yeah, Casper, my voice is a little bit wrecked tonight. That's okay. That's okay. We'll be fine. We can talk for 5 or 6 hours with this voice here. Jacob Orth, hi DOS. Skunk Slayer says greetings. Camlo JXP. What's up? I don't recognize your name. You've been sneaking around my stream? French Fries is here. Zeet McFeet. Chat beacon incoming. You're not correct. You are not incorrect, I was going to say. Just drink something. My voice is definitely in bad shape. That's okay. Earthworm Slim with the host as well. Is Slim here? Cybertech DOS, I saw it. Worms Humble Bundle. What is a Worms Humble Bundle? Humble Bundle. Worms. I programmed a Worms game on a TI-83 calculator once where you had to like take your turn and shoot the little things. It was called ACAN because you didn't have a lot of letters for the game, the program name. And actually draw it on the screen using pixels. You would set your angle and set your velocity and you would fire and you go tick, 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 tick in a trajectory, in an arc. As long as high school, I was doing suborbital flights with shells. Call me Kobe. What's up? I missed something yesterday. You fell asleep. Sorry if I'm boring. Yeah, I rated DOS, but it was so small he didn't notice, so yeah. Rendezvous in docking. And hi, DOS. What's up, Cantab? DOS have a lemsip. I don't know what that is. Hectic with the host for 0 viewers. Excellent. Do you know if any of your students watch your stream? Probably not, because I usually get started after bedtime for them, because they're kinder, first, second, third graders. They should really be in bed or be getting ready for bed by now. Never stops 1981. What's going on up, Timarad? What's going on? I am going to... Wow, the lighting is not great today. That camera... we'll figure that out later. For 0 viewers, you're welcome. Lim sip would be great for my throat. I know it's a little scruffy, but I've been through worst. I've been through worse. Worse. Let's actually open this up a little bit. You're not boring. I was tired. I'm just trolling you. I like to think I'm not boring. Anyways, dude. Hectic, thank you for the raid and the host. Hectic is another streamer who streams random games like Dance Reva Necro Dancer, or whatever that game is called. I follow Hectic. If you want to watch some other wacky games, Hector's one of my mods, so give him a follow. KSPTV. Too bad KSPTV can't actually say something in my channel so I could click on it. But I will be on KSPTV later, so I expect people to follow it as well. You wouldn't want to miss me and my rusty voice. My totally rusty voice. Who else came in? Ooh, Cybertech is here, the creator, Kerbal engineer. That will be useful for Rendezvous and docking. That will definitely be useful for Rendezvous and docking. What else? Anybody else I recognize? Did I miss anybody? I don't know. I know that Nubius is still streaming. I was hosting him earlier. How you make your chat color, like if you narrate the sort of thing. Question. Yeah, you say the word question, and that will work. You said Necro Dancer. I thought I said Mecro Dancer. Whatever it is. Mecro Dancer. Mecro Dancer. There's KSPTV. All right. Oh, that actually needs a link to KSPTV itself in there. Bro Sidon. What's going on? I love your little emote there. There's Cybertech. When did I unfollow you? Welcome to Twitch. CC Speedy G. All right, guys. My throat is totally rusty right now. And why is my throat totally rusty? Because for the last 2 days, I've done epic Necrobancer. I've done epic missions. Some of the hard mode sort of stuff, like landing off and returning from Eve in a single launch, and capturing an asteroid is what we did last night. So we did all of that stuff the last 2 days. Those missions take some time. So we got them both done. There you go. Thanks, Spartan. We got... Never eat 9 bowls of Cheerios back to back. What? Why would you even do that? That doesn't even make any sense. So, I've done such ridiculously long missions the last 2 nights. We got a lot of new viewers. We got a lot of people who hadn't seen the game before. We've got some people that are new to the game who aren't hardcore. The freelancer dapper. Carpet of the freelance dapper. We went for a solar orbit intercept with our little fillet probe, the KSA fillet, because I can't pronounce it. The Dr. Pepetta carried the KSA fillet probe out. We did solar orbit rendezvous. We nudged it into a Kerbal intercept. We kind of tweaked it a little bit. We had some problems where it kept losing the aero brake that we had set up, which was annoying. I don't know if it's a claw bug or what the deal was. So we made another more bigger probe, and we went out there and we grabbed it as it came by Kerbal. So we did both. We did a rendezvous and docking. We did both a solar rendezvous on the asteroid for research purposes, replicating the Philae mission. Right? That's what we were doing. Philae hype, but still. And then we did a Kerbal rendezvous, where we did kind of a Felice or a Rosetta-style encounter. In fact, when we did the solar rendezvous, we got there via a gravitational slingshot off the moon. So we did a slingshot past the moon to get us on the right trajectory. Then we had to burn some prograde to catch up with the asteroid. But that's how we got there. We actually used not a Rosetta maneuver by any stretch of the imagination. Earth, Mars, Earth, Venus, the moon, another asteroid, whatever. That's how Rosetta got there. We just used the moon of Kerbal to get there. So, give it time. It was a 17-hour mission. Yeah, I do need to upload that, and it is huge, and I have not uploaded it to YouTube yet. But I learned a new trick. Shimmy taught me a trick that instead of having all these wacky playlists, I should just be able to have one huge video instead of having playlists. So, we'll have to see how that works. I don't know, Sawyer B, what's going on. But the moral of the story is, the epic missions we've been doing the past couple days, there have been a lot of people watching them. And we got a lot of people who are new to KSP, and I've got quite a few questions on doing some simpler things. So tonight we're going to build a rocket that gets into orbit, look at the orbital profile, the launch profile that we're going to do. We're going to rendezvous with the target in the next 2 hours using 2 different mechanisms, I believe, and we are going to dock with that target. That's what we're going to do. So, right now, what I actually need to do is maybe load up the game. That would be good for actually playing the game. We can close that, and we can come over here. Games, win. Then we can double-click on this shenanigan, which has a Kerbal icon next to it, and EXE after it. Hopefully that's the game. There's the light of the console. You can see my screen. Check out my screen. Right there. You can actually see both screens if I turn right. Anyways, instead of watching me play the game, look, see the squad logo? Right there, look, I've got a squad logo right there. See it? On my glasses. That's a squad logo. There's the Kerbals. You can see them. Anyways, let's go ahead and actually bring that up full screen. I like this. And that should be good. Now, did I fix the side of the chat last night? It looks like I may have fixed it. It's not wigging out anymore on my screen. So we'll see. Alright. So here, I said like hugs, blah, 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 and his chat was great. Oh, how do you make a change? French fries, don't abuse it. But what you do, you type this. Type /me chat beacon. Like that. And that will actually do this. Me chat beacon. Like that. French fries. Like that. So don't abuse it. It is a little annoying if you do it constantly. Don't like talk about yourself in the third person all the time or anything. But that is how you do that little thing like you were saying. Hugs right there. Give it some time. Give it some time to spool up. Give it some time to spool up. And good luck, Joshy, who is tuning out. Thank you for telling me that you'll be tuning out. You are excellent, Joshy. Wow. It's not going to take that long to launch a rocket, dude. Anyways. Chat beacon. Chat beacon. There you go. Let's resume the save, and we will go to the 25 Champagne Brocan. There. Oh, I know. I just like doing chat beacon. I don't know. I was using it to answer Joshiwawa's question. That's what I was doing there. Unseeing whale. Paging unseeing whale. I can't click on anything. It's interesting I can't click on these craft as well. Meatbait with the host. Nice, thank you, Meatbait. I appreciate you. No worries, French fries. I'm buggy, unseeing whale. I am bugged out again. I cannot click on the things. I have a little bit of green showing in the top left. Ah, thank you. Okay, fixed. Yeah, look at this. I am bugged out. Anything, unseeing whale, since you are here live, anything you want me to try while I'm here? You just had it happen to you too, Joshy, huh? Anything you want me to try unseeing? Tell me. I know how to fix it. We can always exit out. I know that works. But is there anything you want me to try unseeing whale? Buggy game hype. You're right. I can actually do that lower voice a lot better whenever my new update on my long dash feed just made it to 10 days. Nice. Congratulations, Meatbait. Do I? Hang on a second. Did I? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, I totally followed you, Meatbait. I'd love to catch one of those one time. I was gone for a while. Unseeing whale, anything to change. By the way, Doss, I owe you some math on the direct intercept missions. The math on that is hard from the moment you put atmosphere into the math. Dude, you're not even kidding. The atmosphere and the changing atmosphere as you ascend definitely makes things different. Simon, what's up? Let's see what else is going on here. We've got... Did I miss anything else? No, I think you're just locked there. Yeah, there's... I mean, I can't click on those. If that's any new information for you, I cannot highlight or click on those. I can't click on any buildings. I can't right-click and move around. I can't middle-click and move around. The clouds are still passing. Blizzy's toolbar works, so I can actually load up things that are coming out of Blizzy's toolbar, if that is of any use. Can I time warp? I am not able to time warp by using the keyboard. I am able to time warp, attempt to time warp by clicking on the arrows, but time does not seem to advance. So that is not happening. Anything else to try? The stock toolbar does not work. The stock toolbar does not work. So, how do you change name color? Click on your name and go change it. It's a Twitch setting. It's a Twitch setting. Lag and crash, but nothing this mad. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else, any other debugging that I can do. Alt F12. Alt F12 does in fact bring up the debug toolbar. Let's look at debug and see if we've got anything. Well, there's the problem. It's parsing a rect. The top line says that it's rect. No wonder it doesn't work. Just kidding. I don't see... Oh, there we go. Cannot find Kerbal alarm clock scenario. Scenario module is full is the last thing there. So I don't know if that helps. I've got an error. Cannot find a module of type named Kerbal alarm clock scenario. Error scenario module is null. So I wonder if maybe that's doing it. I'm not sure. Anyways, that was what the debug looked like. I think that's kind of what we're doing. What's up, Ken? What's up, Can1? Can1, how's it going? I'm just gonna call you Kenny. Yeah, right there. It says in the error log that's clearly it's loading a rec. Did you try powering it off and on again? Let's do that. Anything else I can try? Cheats. Wacky Kerbal never works for me. I'm not gonna be able to see anything here. Gameplay tweaks. No, that's not gonna help anything. Can I do any other commands like F3? Does not work. Can I take a screenshot? We'll see if I'll tell you if that screenshot came out. I'll give some info to trigger AU. Yeah, the only error I'm seeing there is Kerbal alarm clock. Kerbal alarm clock. I've got it there. Alarm clock seems to be coming up, which is interesting. It is seeming to be coming up. There's a transfer, so I can make an alarm, it looks like. But maybe it has something to do with Kerbal alarm clock, because I did see an error regarding Kerbal alarm clock. Everybody that's just coming in, I can't scroll around that KSC right now. We were trying to see if there was any new information we could get about this bug. Highlight that for me, please. Unsing Whale. Oh my gosh, yes. I need to do that. I need to do that. Anything else I can check since I'm going to be highlighting it? Speak now or forever hold your peace. We're about to do some rendezvous and docking. And then to fix it, I think I'm just going to get on with the stream. To fix it, you can, in fact, click on this. Can I go to settings? I can go to settings. Can I close the settings? I can go to the main menu. Update alarm clock. Okay, I'll update it again. So now I'm back out here. And if I... yeah, I've got that. Bring back the debug and screenshot it. Oh, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Well, we do have to get on with the stream at some point. I will highlight that. Let me write down on my notepad here that I need to highlight bug. I really have to keep a checklist because something that I do at the beginning of 6 hours of streaming, I never remember. So, highlight KSC bug 816. Excellent. Okay. So there we go. There we go. Bring back. Okay, so now I'm good to go. Now I can move around the KSC. So we're good to go. Let's get going with rendezvous and docking. Army 12 BC, I've actually got a screenshot because I've got the video. Even better than a screenshot, I have a live interactive video where I'm testing things. And so included in that, it'll have the screenshot. I could actually take a screenshot of the video. So I think I'm good. Excellent. Alright, no problem, Unseen Whale. I really do have to write it down. And I have to put a checkbox next to it so I remember if I've done it or not. Because it is a lot of stuff to remember. Anyways, let's go find something to dock with. Let's go find something to dock with. So somebody asked me, Das, can you do space stations? So I was like, I think. I don't know, let's find out. So let me go over here to my first station, the Narwhal station. Video is much better. Yeah, good deal. I will get it done on Seeing Well. Here we have a little simple space station called the KSA Narwhal station. I did this during a stream where we were proving how simple the space station can be. It doesn't have to be huge and ring-shaped and that sort of stuff. This is just a very simple space station. It's got a probe core. It's got power generation. It's got batteries. It's got SAS. It's got storage for different things that planes may need. So this is definitely something that can be rendezvoused with. It is full on monoprop and basically full on fuel. So we could bring something up here and we could fuel a ship with this. Flashing dots on the side of the chat still. Alright. Oh, I see him. Okay, hang on. Bam! Got it. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. Remote Tech, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. for Remote Tech. What's up, Robata? Alright, let's see here. Right checks on KSP TV. Yep, at 10 o'clock. That's coming up in about 1 hour and 45 minutes. So, we've got this station. We also have... Who is this? The Bacon Station. So we can do a rendezvous here. I'm going to try to get 3 or 4 rendezvous in, and we're trying to see what missions we need to run. Bacon Station. Here is the KSA Bacon Station. A little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Oh, and it's got a fueler at it. That probably means that the Bacon Station is full up. Yeah, the Bacon Station is in fact full up. Not a lot of Kerbals here, though. Are there any Kerbals here? Doodly Kerman is there. Congratulations, Doodly Kerman. So we could have a... Let me bring my notepad up. Let's just ditch that. Like that. We could have a Kerbals to Bacon Station. Narwhal is full. Anything else? I'm just looking for missions we can do. I'm looking for missions. Batboy, don't spam, please. Don't spam. Let's see here. We've also got the single-stage space station to orbit, so let's go look at that one. And again, we're looking for good targets. We're going to make some missions that we need to do here. Gene, what's going on? We apparently have some Kerbals here on the Kerbal transporter. 10 Kerbals. Oh, so we'll just use that. Excellent. So this is the SSSTO. We've got a construction bot docked. We've got a crew transfer docked. We've got full of fuel, it looks like. Yeah, so this station is full of fuel. It has a couple Kermans at it. That could actually be a station-to-station rendezvous we could do. Maybe we can do that at the end if we have time. Bums in seats strapped onto the side of a rocket. Alright, delete Ultimate Mathematics. You just deleted the Ultimate Mathematics. That was the key to the universe. What? SSSTO. Interstation transfer. That's what I haven't done before. To Bacon. We could do that. We could do that. Why do you attach probes to the side of thing and do the dorsal battery thing? Jacob Orth, I'll talk about it when we get down to the VAB. We are going to look at one more station here, I believe. Who is this? The Gas Valdez. Is there anything going on at the Gas Valdez? Minmus Moon Science Station Lander combo. We can do that in another stream. That would be a farming science on Minmus stream. So I don't want to go through an entire science mission. I just want to rendezvous and dock with some things. Tonight. So this right here is the Gas Valdez. It's apparently got 1 man per lighthouse there. So this thing, is it full up on fuel? It's not full up on fuel. So a fuel mission can go to the Gas Valdez. Fuel mission to Gas Valdez. And I've got one more, I believe. That's the space dock. Let's go look at the space dock right quick. Do you like how I started with the simplest station? Everybody's like, well, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Now we're on the KSA space dock, which is serious business. It's actually got a Majesty-class interplanetary cruise ship docked with it. And I don't know that we need to do anything here. It has the double D-docked interplanetary cruise ship. Do we have viewer crafts in the phase? Let's find out. So if we wanted to, we could deliver viewer craft to the space dock. Deliver viewer craft to space dock. Like that. So we've got some missions. Ooh, some polar orbiting rendezvous. Interesting. Polar orbiting rendezvous. Habitation on the space dock. Angelic Mono, we've got lots of habitation actually. We've got room for 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 Kerbals. Plus it's got a ship there. Oh, are there Kerbals in that ship, I wonder? Let's find out. How many Kerbals do we have on the station? We've got 2 guys in cupolas, and then 3 guys in space planes. So that must have been a dry run of that. There's probably only 1 Kerbal in here. Let's find out. There's not an easy way to find out, is there? We would have to go to... oh, we have crew manifest. Ah, but that doesn't tell me which one it is, does it? I think we can select it, can't we? Hitchhikers. Inline cockpit, cupola module, crew cabin, 404. So in a Mark II crew cabin, we've got quite a few Kerbals. 404, oh, we do have quite a few Kerbals. And we could also do a space dock to Bacon. I cannot type to save my life. To Bacon, crew transfer. So we've got plenty of missions to choose from. Plenty of missions to choose from. Sundog, thank you for the host, etc. So what we need to do now is actually go and get a ship that can do this. I'm not going to build a ship from scratch, but let's go talk about it. We have our mission log. We have what we want to do. That sounds terrible. Did I miss anything? Nakaflaka, what's going on for a WAD queue? What is a WAD queue? I don't know what that question is. There we go. You came back with 3 more. Chat beacon. So let's go into the VAB here. And let's begin by sending up some Kerbals to the Bacon Station. We can totally send some Kerbals to the Bacon Station. We are going to just load a craft that already exists. In a past stream, we've already designed a craft that is good for doing rendezvous and docking. It's not the simple docking craft. It's definitely not the simple docking craft. What is this? Hang on. It's not the simple docking craft. This is not good for moving Kerbals around. Seems legit. That totally seems legit. But that is not the craft that we want. This is more of a VIP shuttle than a crew transfer shuttle. Like the captain of the interplanetary cruise ship can ride up on this. Don't ask why it has this part on it. It's a tachyon detection plume. They haven't implemented that yet, but I'm waiting for the day where they implement tachyon detection, and that will be my tachyon detection plume. I'm just kidding. I made that up. We want... There's a 12-pack launcher. Drop tank delivery. Go to moon now. Kebab sled. Bacon station crew module. Nope, those are when we were doing the... the direct rendezvous. That looks good. Let's see if this is it. The direct rendezvous. Let's see if that is the ship. This is it, I think. Yes! We have the KSA Direct Rendezvous, which is designed to carry 8 Kerbals plus 2 crew up to any station with the quickness. We really should do a more simpler dock with it. But what can you do? In fact, I'm just going to roll with it. I don't even care. A little Star Trek reference. You're right, Sherman12. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I do believe one thing that I said I needed to do last time was put a docking port here at the back, because we did have some issues. We had some issues just in terms of making it simple for y'all. Or we could put a docking port at the front, I wonder. That may be a thing. Anyways, this craft was specifically designed to be able to do direct orbital rendezvous. So I will demonstrate a direct orbital rendezvous first. We can also do home and base rendezvous using this craft. But we will do a direct rendezvous. And let me talk about the craft while I'm here. You can see that my typical launcher is in action. Don't worry about that empty SRB. We were just using it for hilarity's sake. We can see that I've got a lifter stage that has 1.7 on the pad, 1.65 is pretty close, and 2,500 meters per second of delta V. That is my lifter stage. It's basically everything from here down. The purpose of that stage is to get me from ground level up to about 20,000 to begin my orbital pitch maneuver / gravity turn, whatever the pedantic people in the audience want to call it. But that is my lifter stage, 1.7 thrust to weight on the pad, 2,500 delta V. If you're interested in why those numbers work that way, come to one of my lifter design sessions. I'll be doing one of those early next week. Again, it's a simpler concept, and I'll explain everything about lifter design. We'll talk about asparagus staging. We'll talk about this simple design. We'll talk about launch profiles in depth. We'll talk about solid boosters. We'll talk about radial decouplers. All that stuff during a lifter design session next week. But for now, the important part is that you want 1.7 thrust to weight and 2,500 meters per second of delta V in that first stage. Double mainsail height. This does nothing. That's just a structural component. Don't tell anyone. Then the kicker stage. The kicker stage has at least 1.5 thrust to weight and at least 1,500 meters per second of delta V. This here, from this skipper engine up, basically just these two pieces, is the kicker stage. The purpose of that stage is to not get me higher, it is to get me going faster around Kerbin so that I am missing Kerbin a lot faster. A lot more, a lot better, whatever you want to call it. That is the kicker stage, 1.5 and 1,500. So the total right there, in atmospheric Kerbal Engineer, Cybertech Hype, in Kerbal Engineer, atmospheric mode, I want the total of the lifter and the kicker to be 4,000. Why? Because I know that if all these numbers are what I just said, 1.7, 2,500, 1.5, 1,500, if that total right there is 4,000 and those thrust weights are correct, I know I can get this craft to space. I don't even have to go out and fly it. I know it'll go to space. And then last thing, we've actually got the direct rendezvous craft, which is this. It is a Kerbal crew transfer vessel. It has a docking port on it right there. You can see the docking port opens up. You can see the docking port closes. That is fantastic. There's a Cybertech Dude Gav. Thank you for the link. And the important thing about this craft is that it has a high thrust to weight and at least 1,000 meters per second of delta V. In order to do a direct orbital rendezvous, which means we're not going to go into another orbit on the way up. We're going to go straight to the station. We're going to take off from the pad, and the first place we're going to stop is the station without going to intermediate or any intermediate orbits. That is what we're going to do with this craft. So it needs a high thrust to weight, and it needs 1,000 meters per second of delta V. The last thing it needs RCS to be able to do its docking, and it needs to be balanced. And you can see here that with RCS build aid, if we go not to engine mode, that is interesting. Oh, it's the gear bug. It's the gear bug. Let's actually go to translation. You can see that with RCS build aid, when I translate the craft, I have almost no pitch yaw roll. You see how small that red circle is there? That means that as this craft flies, it will be easy to translate. It'll be easy to control. It'll be easy to keep a hold of. Yeah, I hope my voice gets better too. It'll be easy to control as we're trying to go in for the dock. If you're interested in that, come to one of my advanced docking classes where I go in depth on how to balance a craft from the get-go using RCS build aid so that it's easy to control when you're trying to dock it. That is what we do. In fact, I could actually fix this a little bit. I'm not worried about it. Fuel tanks, yeah, check. Oh, that's good. All right. So, that is good to go. This craft is ready to do both direct and home and based orbital rendezvous. Let us go. Oh, but as it move, what are y'all talking about? Y'all talking about something else, I think. Joshiwawa, a wide wheelbase, and rockets to hold you down. When you touch the surface, just fire Separatrons that push you down into the moon and make you stick there. Alright. Oh, sorry, Mona Bobby. Twitch failed to notify you. Let's see here. Alright. I am. Like I said, if you're interested in how to design this craft, how to use RCS build aid, come to one of my advanced docking classes, or come to one of my, let's go ahead and undeploy you. Come to one of my RCS build aid mod classes, and I will talk to you about how that works. Anyways, let me do this. It's the Moon Nut Common 67p. Das, can you show how to connect a probe with no attached nodes on top of a rocket? Van Vino, you could radially attach it if you don't have it set up as a subassembly. But if it's a subassembly, it's going to have green glue on it somewhere, or it would not set as a subassembly. Come to a help desk. And I will answer that question in depth and see what you're talking about. Let me see if I missed anything in chat. Did I miss anything in chat? Let me look right quick. Did I miss anything in chat? Let's see. Voice gets better? Yeah. Immortal Rich and Fiance, what's going on? What is going on? What kind of orbit do you use to scan a whole planet? Man on Fire, go back and watch my, on KSPTV, go to KSPTV and watch my ScanSat session where I talk about ScanSat and how to scan planets. Did I miss anything else? Change the second part of the ship with a docking port. I put another docking port on it. Yeah, Artak, I have been drinking tea with honey. I've been doing that. More simplistic, not more simpler. I'll say what I want. It is docking tonight. Roll up in the double canoe. Did I miss anything else? Alright. Is there anything around the moon I can dock with? Not currently. I could have a look. Dr. P will jump up at some point. Lurking real quick, no worries. It's not a job. It's polar orbiting rendezvous. Polar orbiting rendezvous. I'll have to launch satellites in a polar orbit, maybe. We'll look at that. We'll look at that in the remote tech stream, I think. Let's see here. Minimus, moon to Minimus transfer. That's probably not a rendezvous thing. Dock all of the stations together. Jolly Ranger, I'll show you how to refuel. No remote tech with this. That's for later. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, Jacob Orth. I'm sort of new, DOS. Why do you attach probes to the side of things? And why do you do the dorsal battery thing? I put probes on the side of things for fashion. I mean, everybody else just tosses little probes on there. My thing is basically a small cubic octo strut like that, a probe core like that, and then an antenna or something sticking off of it. I think that that makes a good kind of probe-looking dome shape. So that's why I do it. There's no real reason that I do that, other than fashion and personal preference, just to do something differently. And anything else? Anything else? I think that's good. Let's go ahead and start launching things. Let's go ahead and start launching things. I'm not going to do a Mooner mission tonight. I can do a Mooner mission later, but I have limited time. I've got an hour and a half to do as many docks as I can. How about a gravity assist fun in the Joule system? Tonight we're doing rendezvous and docking. We're doing rendezvous and docking. It's pizza night. Is it pizza night? I don't have any pizza here, so I don't know if it's pizza night or not. But probe thing is DOS, but put control on launcher stage without need. Yeah. Cantab. And I used to do it with the other one, and I thought that this was more fashionable. I used to do it like this. If you need to add quick control to something, I would put a strut. I would put one of these little guys. Where's it at? One of these little guys. Like that. You can put a battery on it, right? Because it's going to need a battery. And the cool thing is you can then put solar panels on it. Like that. Up. There you go. And if I had the symmetry right, I could put two solar panels kind of tilted either way. Anyways, that's what I used to do. But I kind of like my new thing. Anyways, let's launch this craft and let's talk about how to get a direct orbital rendezvous done. So I'll go ahead and pick up my regular flag. Where is it at? Where is it at? There it is. Alright. And let us go out and do a mission. Let us go out and do a mission. I'll save that. I'll launch it. Let's go have a look. What's up, Kenny? Whatever you're building, it looks pretty sweet. It's already built. It's already built. It's already builded. After debugging KSP, I went to fetch a C, but with a craft on ion engines. 2 hour, 18-minute burn. That's ridiculous, Kanabuchi. That's why we don't do that. That's why we don't do that. Alright. Let's take a load of Kerbals up to the bacon station right quick. So you know how it goes, and you know that saying something is not going to help your odds. So let's go like this. Winner! And the winner is Samikins! Dude, Samikins, congratulations. Welcome to the channel. You are getting aboard a rocket and you're going to Bacon Station, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. So let's go create Kerbal. Let's go Samikins. Let's go apply. Let's go put you, Insane Zedge, respawn. No! Insane Zedge is apparently toast. Who knew? You actually get to pilot the craft. Who else do we have? Who else do we have? Omega Centi. Get in the rocket, Omega Centi. I can barely talk. I don't even care, though. I'm just going to push through it. I'll destroy my voice, and then I will, wait a second. Does not follow the channel. Well, I'm going to put you in space, so you have to follow the channel, or you're never going to get home. There you go. You can be one of the pilots, too. Let's get a couple more. Winner. And the winner is Brain Fried. We've already got you on a mission. We know we've already got you on a mission. So let's get another one. What have I done? Winner. Totally rigged. And the winner is KSP Kamaguchi. Going on a mission. Going on a mission. Oh, nope. Not Shep Hat. We need to go create KSA Kamaguchi Kerman. KSP Kamaguchi Kerman. Apply. Let's put it in there. Add, let's get just a couple more, maybe 3 more. Winner is Rousdowser! Busted. Rousdowser KSP does not follow Das Valdez? Busted. Busted. Dude. Rousdowser Kerman does not follow Kerbal Space Academy. Here's what that gets you. Let's just drag that all the way up. Let's just drag that all the way up, Rousdowser. And what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, I'll get 2 more. Winner is Joshy Wawa. Joshy Wawa. Remember, saying anything in chat does not help your odds. It is not going to get you chosen. You are just going to get randomly chosen. It's not a democracy. It's not a democracy. I need 1 more. I think I'm just going to go with 1 more. Winner is Blazing Volk TV. Dude, Blazing Volk, I've seen you around quite a few times, so I appreciate it. Get to space. You're going to space. Look how courageous you are. You must be to get on this rocket with these guys flying. Alright, you guys have fun in the crew pod. Let's see what we've got. It helps my odds of not winning. If you kill Rousdowser, my revenge will be swift and painful. You know what I could do? I could just make Rousdowser jump out of the rocket right now for not following. Wait, did he rectify that situation? Let's find out. Hey, I clicked on you. Oh, brother. And let's go ahead and launch this rocket. Samuel, thanks for the follow. Benny Mintz, SWS Sniper, Trey Tuttle, Fat Cat. Who else did I get here? Evan Whistler. Immortal, where was that? Immortal Rich with the refollow, it looks like. Optimerad with the refollow. And Reeser9714. Guys, thanks for the follows. I really appreciate it. I'm Das Valdez. We're doing Kerbal Space Academy Direct Orbital Rendezvous. That's the plan, at least. Who knows? Maybe these guys are just going to die horribly. So we've got our crew. We've got 2 flight crew, 4 passenger Kerbals going into orbit. Gonna get green mystified, maybe. Let us go for the direct rendezvous with a bacon station. So here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. Go to your map, right? And find your target. Your target is going to be the bacon station. So let's go find the bacon station. That's the simple docking craft. That right there is the narwhal. That right there is the bacon station. Let's go ahead and set that as the target, right like that. And see what we've got. I've set it as a target, and it is that station right there. Wouldn't it be great if the highlighted icon of the ship that was targeted would turn green as well instead of gray? That would be awesome. Rousdowser KSP, thank you for the follow, good sir. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Even if you spy on me, if you've got my broadcasting room bugged, radioactive as well. Thank you for the follow. And Jake Fox 84, thank you for the follow. Let us continue on here. That right there is the bacon station. What we need to do in order to perform a direct rendezvous is wait for the bacon station to pass Kerbal, India. What does that mean? That means this right here is a continent, a peninsula, a something, isthmus. I don't even know how to pronounce it. That right there is what I call Kerbal, India, because it kind of sticks down into a body of water like India. It's missing some land over here or whatever. This is like Vietnam got exploded or something. But this is what I call Kerbal, India. What I want to do is wait until the bacon station is over the middle of Kerbal, India. Let's see what this finds out. This method is good from 70 up to about 100K. 100K orbit. So the bacon station in a 91K orbit should be good to go. I am just going to time warp. I double-clicked on Kerbin to focus on Kerbin. That makes it easier to stay on top of Kerbal, India here. And let's just time warp around. That's the narwhal. Until the bacon station, that's the bacon station, is right over Kerbal, India. Right like that. And so you see, the bacon station is over Kerbal, India. We have to do these parts fast. We can't play around. After it's over Kerbal, India, I come over here. I throttle up, press the Z key. I panel lock, I click up there. I SAS engage, I press T. That puts my throttle full. That makes it so I can keep track of my resources, and that turns on the SAS to keep my rocket straight. Then we go 3, 2, 1, Omega Sentai Samikins. You are go for launch, so get to space. And what I want to do here, I want to go straight up until I get to 10 kilometers high. And in the meantime, I'm going to drink. If they all die miserable, I will pick new people and/or I will respawn them because they are they are a Cylons, basically. There are many copies and they have a plan. Van Vino, I don't disagree. My biggest thing, I love people who are streaming KSP. I am going to give you all sorts of support. I'll come to your channel. I'll help you go through rendezvous, maneuvers. I'll even get on TeamSpeak, and I'll talk to you as Capcom. If you want me to come over and help you out, let me know if you are another KSP streamer, because I love to support KSP streamers. But if you are streaming KSP and you don't have your panel locked, you make my eye twitch, because I can't see what's going on. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. Do you have electric charge? Do you have fuel? I'm so freaking wigged out by the fact that I can't see this. Anyways, Dimeta and Kimber Toby, thanks for the follows, y'all. I appreciate it. I'm going to do an orbital pitch maneuver here. At 10 kilometers, I want to start leaning to the east. I press the D key to do that. You can see my D key lighting up actually, just like this. And what I want to do when I pitch east, I want to stay right here on this 90-degree heading line. That is east, right there. 90 degrees is east. The orange line down there, that's north. Up there is south. Of course, the other way, opposite of east, is west. I am going to burn right at this 90-degree line. This is actually a 45-degree pitch at a 90-degree heading. So an easterly heading at a 45-degree pitch relative to the horizon. Let's go ahead and open this up, because when that stage ends, I want to separate. And as soon as that stage ends in this rocket, I want to switch to orbital mode. I just clicked there twice, and I want to point down like this into the middle of this ball. Now I need to start watching the other screen. I need to press M, and I need to come over here, and I need to see how my rendezvous with the Bacon Station is shaping up. In order to do that, it's easier to focus on the ship, so press backspace. That'll bring it into the middle of the screen so I can do this. And look at what's happening. We are increasing our apoaps. We're putting additional height energy, right? Potential energy into our orbit by increasing our velocity like that. And you can see there's the rendezvous. I'm actually going to pause it right there, because look at that rendezvous. We are coming up, because I did that on the bounce and by the numbers, right? That's from experience that I can make that rendezvous appear like that. If you do the things I'm saying, you design the rocket like I said, you launch when it's over Kerbal, you go straight up to 10K, you pitch over to 45 and you burn like that, you can do the same sort of thing. It's not that hard. Now comes the tricky part, though. Now comes the tricky part. In order to get this rendezvous, I have to make some quick decisions on the fly to make sure that that rendezvous stays lined up as I do this burn. The easiest way to do that is try to burn as close to prograde as I can the entire way up. So let's see how that works. And I'm going to have to pause this a couple times to show you, because these things are very time sensitive. And if you're doing a launch and you need some additional time to think about something, press escape. It'll pause it. You can think about it. You can be like, alright, what did DOS say? What am I supposed to do? Am I coming in fast? Am I coming in slow? You can pause the game and think. Real astronauts can't do that, but they have a lot more planning tools at their disposal. So, don't feel bad pausing the game. I'm not going to come over and be like, oh, you're such a noob, you have to pause the game and think. That's ridiculous. I do it sometimes too, mostly so I can run my mouth. Let us continue looking at this. And watch what I'm doing. I'm going to fly the ship from here, and the goal is going to be to keep these two things as close together as they can be, so that my apoaps is right there at that rendezvous, and all of this comes together at once. So, let us do that. I will scroll back through the chat. There's no reason to ask questions more than once. I will scroll back through the chat and answer questions when I get a chance, but for now, I'm doing this maneuver. Let us continue on with the burn. So we'll open up that. We'll keep burning, and I want to burn right here prograde. Because look at this. If I burn prograde, that stays pretty darn close. Right like that. 7.2 kilometers. We can actually maybe get a little bit more. No, that looks like an inclination problem. Okay, time out. Time out. We have a problem. There's a bit of a problem. Do you see the difference in these orbits? Do you see the blue orbit down here, and do you see the green orbit up here? That is an inclination problem. That means that my orbit, actually, I know the station's orbit is perfectly flat, and my orbit is like this. I'm actually inclined a little bit, so I'm going to be coming in below it. I need to fix that very quickly. We've got a great encounter there. That's a really great 7.3 kilometer encounter. In fact, most of the problem with this encounter is because this inclination is different. And I can actually look at Engineer right now and see what the problem is. If you look at Engineer, you can see that I have an inclination of 1.344 degrees. I want that to be as close to 0 as possible because it's 1.344. That is what's causing this problem here. The mismatch. We're going to get to orbit. We're going to get to the same height at the same time. But I'm going to be lower. Right? So there's the altitude, and then there's the relative position north to south on the planet. I'm going to be coming in a little bit south, and that's what I need to fix here. In order to fix this, I've got the game paused, I know. But in order to fix this, I need to be in orbital mode right here. You see how it says orbit? And I need to point towards the angry triangle. No, actually, I'm coming in low, so I need to point towards the happy triangle. I need to point north because I'm coming in low. I just wanted to say angry triangle. What that means, to fix this problem, I'm going to align my craft with the north-south pole of the planet with my nose pointing north. And I'm going to burn, and that is actually going to deflect, bend my trajectory up so that instead of going more to the south, like this right now, the south pole is down here, the north pole is up here. Instead of going down to the south, I'm going to deflect my orbit north a little bit so that I come in close. Let's see how that works though. And I can plan it on the nav ball while I'm paused. Do you see the north line right there? I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. I want to be pointing up that way whenever I burn. Wait. North. Yeah, I need to be pointing down towards the north. I said it wrong the first time. I need to be pointing towards the north line whenever I do this burn. So let's do that right quick. Let's go escape. Let's go ahead and point towards the north. You'll also see the happy triangle there. There is a happy pink triangle. And watch what happens to the orbit when I do this burn. You can see the orbit. I'm lined up. Now let's do the burn. Do you see how it moves up? We're going to have to fix more stuff, but we definitely need to fix this inclination. There we go. That's a lot better, but look how it moved us apart. Now, I am coming in too soon. It's going to be out there. Actually, I'm coming in too late. When I get right there, it is going to be right there. What I need to do is give my craft more speed right now because I don't want it to pass me like that. I want to be right there when it's right there. So I'm going to come back around prograde. Let's go to orbit mode. I'm going to come back around prograde, and I am going to burn prograde. Actually, let's go to target mode. There we go. And I'm just going to burn right like this, and watch what this is going to do. That is actually going to decrease my encounter. Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm giving my craft more speed so that space station can't pass me. I don't want it to pass me. I want to be right on top of it. So I'm just going to burn, and all the time that I'm doing this, I'm pushing the green X onto the pink Y. You'll hear me talk more about that in just a second. But look at that encounter now. 3, 2, 1.3, 1.0 kilometers. That's not good enough for me. I want more. 0.8 kilometers. And I'm just moving around to keep pushing that green X onto the pink Y. 7 kilometers. Come on, girly. 8 kilometers. All right, that's all we're going to get from that maneuver. Now, let's pause it again. I just fixed myself. The space station was going so fast, and I was going slow, so the space station was going to pass me. I fixed that by burning prograde. Or burning against that to line up my orbit. I was pushing the green X in target mode onto the pink Y. The next thing I need to do is actually perform the rendezvous. So I'm going to do that very quickly, and I'm going to do it live. Right now you can see that the target difference, the target relative velocity, is 536 meters per second. So that's a big difference in velocity. 536 meters per second. We're going to have to get rid of that velocity. We clearly can't dock with a station if we're going half a kilometers per second faster than it, or it's going half a kilometer per second. That is not a recipe for docking success. What we actually want to do is look at two numbers that I have on the screen right now. The relative velocity, 536, and the acceleration of my craft in Engineer. The target velocity and the acceleration of my craft. This number right here, 22.65 meters per second squared, that's how many meters per second I can add to my velocity, right? That's how fast I can accelerate. 536.9, that is the target difference. The station is going a half kilometer a second faster than us. So what I want to do here, while I'm paused, do it while you're paused, this is no big deal. Type in on your handy dandy calculator 536 divided by 22.5, close enough, it's not rocket science, and that tells me it's going to take me about 24 seconds of my time to bleed off that difference in velocity. What does that mean? That means that 12 seconds before this encounter, I need to light that engine and burn like crazy. So you can see the encounter. This is why I paused it. I've talked for like a minute or two about this. That encounter is coming up in 37 seconds. And so when that gets down to probably about 14 or 15 seconds, I'd say, I'm going to start burning like crazy. I am going to start burning like crazy. So we are all lined up. I'm going to burn right there at the green X, the retrograde marker. I'm going to burn like crazy, coming up in just about a few seconds. I don't even know. Let's just say 10 seconds. I'm going to start burning like crazy when that is at 25 seconds to give myself some buffer. And we are going to do this direct rendezvous. Hopefully, we'll see. Right here, this is why the thrust to weight of your different stages is so important. This 22.65 meters per second is what makes this maneuver possible. If that number was 5 meters per second and it took me 100 or 200 seconds or whatever to perform this rendezvous, that would be a huge problem. I couldn't actually do it. So let's actually go ahead and do it. I'm going to resume the flight. I'm going to count to 10 basically. 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, let's burn it 20, 23, 22, 21, let's burn right now, and we'll do it from the other screen. If I look in my rearview mirror, I should see a space station coming up like crazy, and we are trying to bleed off this velocity as fast as we can. Now, while we do this maneuver, we want to shepherd our retrograde vector. We want to keep it right there on top of that. Look at that, meters per second of acceleration. That is great. And I'm going to bleed it down to about 50. Let's bleed it down to about 50. Oh, that stage is out. So let's ditch it. It's not any good to us anymore. Look at that, still 20 meters per second. That's important. Let's bleed it down to about 50. That is an orbit right there. Alright, and we're going to let the station come up our tailpipe. If we check the map, we've bought ourselves some time. 50 meters per second, 3.5 kilometers. That gives me 20 seconds per kilometer, so basically a minute before we do this rendezvous. If I look right now, I'm still at 0.9 because I shepherded. I kept that retrograde marker right over the rendezvous marker there, or right over the target marker, I guess I could say. The anti-target marker is really what it is. And when I get down closer, let's say once we get within 2 kilometers, I'm going to continue shepherding this thing, and I'm going to get down to station approach speed. Station approach speed. That would be awesome if I hit it with that stage. Bam! So let's go ahead and burn down to station approach speed. What that means? Whoa, that was too much of a burn. What I mean by station approach speed is that my relative velocity should not be more than 1% of my distance to the station. In the entire time, I'm always going to herd that green retrograde marker over the pink Y. Just keep doing it. So now, 16 kilometers, or 1.6 kilometers, that means that I can close at 17 meters per second. 1.5, I can close at 15. Really, I just do it in increments. When we get down to 1 kilometer, I'll go down to 10 meters per second. When we get to 500 meters, I'll go to 5 meters per second. I'm just going to keep lowering my distance as I get to the station. You can see the station coming up right there. So let's see here, 1.2. When I get to 1.0, I will go ahead and burn it on down to 10 close speed. 1.1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and take this on down to 10. There you go. 9.3 will work. I can actually time warp until I'm 500 meters away, half a kilometer. And as long as my green X is over the pink Y there, I'm good to go. So now I'm 500 meters. Let's make our approach speed 5 meters per second. Wow, that delta V. Sorry, that thrust to weight. 3.7 is good enough for government work. Good enough for government work. North Star, my system is good. I'm best at approaching, blah, blah, blah. Dude, you did that all last night. You're like, Dosh, you should actually do this. Dosh, you should actually do this. Keep in mind that what I try to do is make things very simple to remember, right? I'm not doing the most efficient possible maneuvers. I'm doing maneuvers that people who are just getting started in this sort of stuff can remember. That's why I say 1% approach speed. That's why I make us some of these things. I know they're not the most efficient things in the world, but they're educational things. It's designed so that people can remember what's going on. That is why we do that. So, normally if I wasn't doing a docking stream, I would go 100 meters per second until I was 0.1 meters from the station, then I would burn it all out at once. But since I'm teaching this, I'm giving people things to remember. So right now I could be closing at 2 meters per second, 1 meters per second. If you think the ISS closes at 17 meters per second like you said, I don't know what to tell you, man. But this is for people who are new and need the time to think. That's why I do it this way. Alright. So I'm just coasting to the station now, and I will go ahead and dock with that port right there, I think. Let's dock with that port up there. I am just going to get within 100 meters of the station, and I'm going to go ahead and come to a stop. I'm going to go ahead and come to a stop. You don't have to do that, but since this is the first dock we've done tonight, we will come to a complete stop and get ourselves nice and aligned. There's 100 meters per second. I'm just going to burn right on the green X, nowhere else. And that brings me to pretty much a complete stop. The next thing I want to do is come over here, and on this specific craft, I'm going to do control from here. That actually means that I'm going to be controlling the craft with the docking port. I'm basically, imagine you had a rear view camera and you switch all your controls around so that you're going towards the station using rear view camera mode. That is what I'm going to do here. I want to go to this docking port up here since we're transferring crew. The bottom docks at the Bacon Station are for transferring fuel. The top docks are for transferring crew. So I'm going to go ahead and orient myself. I'm going to put my dorsal side up. I just noticed this craft. Oh, it doesn't have, in fact, have a dorsal battery. Excellent. I'm going to put my dorsal side up, and I'm going to begin orienting myself for this dock. Now, I've got a really cool mod, and if you're new to docking, I think you should get this mod. If you scroll down the channel, you'll see nav ball docking port alignment tool. All it does is put this red ball right here on the nav ball. That means that I am lined up with the docking port. It doesn't mean that I'm pointing at the docking port. It's always so hard to describe this. It doesn't mean that I'm aligned pointing with the docking port. It means that I am flat with the docking port. So you can't dock if you're tilted like this. This doesn't work. You've got to be flat. So step one is align with that red ball. That gets me flat with the docking port. Even if I'm like this, I'm not exactly aligned, but at least I'm flat with the docking port. The next step will be to get aligned with the docking port. That's what I should say. That makes me flat with the docking port, and then I'm going to get aligned with the docking port. So now that I'm pointing at the red ball there, that means that I am actually aligned, flat with that docking port. The next trick is going to be to approach the station, turn on my RCS, and get over to the station. And look at how we do this. What I want to do when I do this approach, that right there is my target. I right-clicked on that. I did set as target. That's why it says unset target right now. And I want to go towards the station such that me and the red ball have the purple ball, the target indicator, between us and the green ball. What does that mean? Just make it look like this. I am pointing this way. I am going this way, and that's actually going to pull me up to that docking port slowly but surely. So this is my vector. This is my heading. That's where I'm pointing. That is the way that I'm moving, and I want to use the direction that I'm moving to drag myself over the docking port. Unless it's going to align me with the freaking center. No, we're good. We're good. So watch what's happening in 3D space. Watch, I'll actually time warp it for you. Do you see how we're moving up at an angle? So we're going up against that docking port. Do you see how that pink thing is coming in? We are just getting lined up here. And when I get lined up, I am actually going to bring that green ball home. Because I've got dorsal side up, it's very easy to do this. I can just press the buttons and bring the green ball over like that. That means that I'm now going pretty much straight towards the station. And look at how well I'm aligned with that docking port. I'm freaking how far away? 70 meters away, and I'm already looking like I'm really well aligned with the port. I mean, look at that. That is how we want it to look. We want to be aligned with that port. The nav ball docking alignment indicator is helping me do that. Let me go back to my craft. There we go. The next thing I want to do is just increase my rate of close with the station. So I still have RCS on, and I'm just going to puff towards the station. I'm going like half meter per second. A lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people start going towards the station. They keep using RCS until they're going like 2 or 3 or 4 meters per second. They're like, oh my gosh, 62 meters away, I can never wait. Time warp it. Just coast towards the station. If you use delta V in your RCS to get going 10 meters per second towards the station, you're going to have to use 10 more meters per second of RCS to stop going towards the station. It's better just to time warp. And when you're getting really aligned like that, go ahead and bring that green ball right into the middle of everything. I feel like I'm still not quite aligned. I feel like I'm a little bit low there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to need to get this as soon as I get docked here. There we go. Just 1 second. And I'm just going to go straight towards the station. Now, it's okay to approach at half meter per second or something like that. Just remember that whatever you get going towards the station, you're going to have to get rid of once you get to the station. So don't make this target number say 4 or 5 or 6 meters per second. Just don't do it. Don't do it. We're just backing up to this right here. And what I want to do is when I get within a couple meters of the station, I'm going to bring this on down. We don't dock at a half meter per second. That's pretty fast. We dock at 0.1 meters per second. So once I get over here, I'm a little bit unaligned, it looks like, so we'll fix that. We'll go like that. We'll go like that. And that's looking pretty good. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and just use my RCS to slow down until I'm down to 0.1 meters per second. There you go. So, with that being said, I should probably like make a phone call or something, because that craft is docked. There's nothing else for me to even do. There's nothing else for me to do. But that right there is how we do a direct orbital rendezvous and a dock. A ghost docking tutorial. That was pretty close. That was pretty close. 0.05 meters per second. Nice. We don't have that resolution here, so we usually go to 0.1 meters per second. Such a know-it-all in my chat, though. I'm just giving you trouble. Thank you for being here. Anyways, that was a dock. That was a phone call that I have to take. I've actually got family traveling, so I've got to make sure that they're okay. So what I'm going to do is go to screensaver mode for just a minute. I'll put up my BRB. I'll be gone for 1 minute. When I come back, I'll get caught up on chat and see how many know-it-alls there are who telling me that I don't know how to do what I'm doing. And then we will go and we'll do another rendezvous just like this. We will do another one of these. So let me go to screensaver mode. We are docked. Let me put up my BRB because I do have family traveling and I was expecting that phone call. And I will be right back. Alright, there we go. Okie dokie. Whew. Oh yeah, it still says BRB. Folks, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I have family traveling, and I just had basically my mom arrive here from out of town. So we were good to go with that. She is all situated now. I know, I heard the follower things going off. I took my headset with me. Yeah, the family arrived safe. Thank y'all for hanging out and asking me. And I appreciate me being be right back. Hang on. There we go. Okay, fixed. Alright, let me check chat and see what I missed. I bet you I missed a lot. Let's see what we've got here. Did the Dr. Pepper pop up on the screen while I was there? Alright, there we go. What else did Hi, Doss's mom. Mom, everybody says hi. What else did I miss? I'm scrolled all the way up. This is fake. Drink isn't labeled Dr. Pepper. How about now? Totally labeled Dr. Pepper. Noctis. Did I miss anything else? Ooh, Quetzy, what's going on? Welcome, Quetzy. Welcome. I've missed some stuff because I was gone for just a minute there. I missed the D-Pack. No. Luckily, I was actually getting a D-Pack, so, the Dr. Pepper popped up. Nice. Alright, I did miss. I can't scroll all the way back in chat, but let's see what else we've got. Noctis has found fraud DOS. It's totally. There was Dr. Pepper in here. This was Dr. Pepper. Trust me, I had it at dinner. Awesome, bro. What's up? Who is that? Dant Dog is here. DOS, my fiance, has a question for you. She asks, is docking easier or harder than landing on another planet? They're both easy. They're both really easy to do. Oh, there it is. Drink again. How could it have popped up? It just popped up and told me to drink. Cybertech, cheers. I'll say that every time it comes up. Alright, what else do we have? I got more followers while I was away. You're right. Let me go take care of that right quick. Camera trialed Nidilitz Sonica Dragon Unit of Choice. What? Dragon Unit of Choice. Renfield Dad Radar Rider Gaming or Radar Rider AMG, it looks like. Mr. Stylish Nerd, Big Mike, and there's Omega Sente, so I remember that one. Batter EE as well. Alright, good deal. Good deal. Ride car, it's okay. We started early. I think that, actually, that's a good point. That's a good point, what Pondafar said. Docking is more difficult because it's a smaller target. Landing anywhere on a planet is a pretty big target. Docking is a much smaller target. You have to not only rendezvous with a station that's somewhere, you actually have to get a specific spot on the station with a specific alignment, blah, 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 blah. Landing, you just basically have to hit the surface of the planet in less than your impact tolerance. So that's what you have to do. Docking, maybe that is true. Docking is harder. Landing is easier. I'm going to try and listen while working. Good deal, Ren. No worries. Sarian, thanks for spending... Wait, what, did I miss something that Sarian did? I think I just missed something, huh? Let's see here. Das, you should make a plane that goes to space and docks with a Dr. Pepper sip and land it in Kerbal, India. Okay, maybe not today. Maybe not today. Das, place your target. The place your target is when you launch is also dependent of your rocket. That's why I said that the thrust to weight and the design of the rocket is very important. For most of the launch profiles, that will work as long as your kicker stage has enough thrust to weight. But that is correct. If you have a very weak rocket, you have to launch a lot sooner. If you have a very powerful rocket, you can go straight up and waste a lot of fuel. But on the design, like I said, on the bounce and by the numbers, if you design the rocket with that 1.7, 1.5 thrust to weights and then a high thrust to weight in the actual craft itself, that profile will work 60% of the time. It works 100% of the time. So let's see here. If you're willing to do more, yeah, vertical weight, you can wait more time. You are correct. You can do it a lot of different ways. But what I'm trying to show is that if you have a couple simple numbers down, you can do the same sort of maneuver I did. Thank you for that, Rolo. Scarlet Rever's here. Scarlet Revers, what is going on? What is going on? I will definitely, Solank, and I will definitely launch another shuttle. I will definitely launch another shuttle. I will definitely do that for you. Is Scar anywhere in channel? Scar, say something in chat so I can click on you. I don't see it, but say something, Scar. Let's see here. Labrick, I don't know what that is. Labrick ECAP's Magorp. That's Kerbal Space Program backwards. That is a happy pink triangle. It's not a mistake. Let's make it a happy pink triangle. But DOS, isn't the Green X retrograde? Ah, Mona Bobby. That is a great question, actually. That is a really great question. When we have a target, the Green X is slowed down relative to that target. That's when we have a target. The green X means slow down relative to that target. When we don't have a target, when we're in orbit mode here, the green X is definitely retrograde. It means slow down my orbit or remove energy from my orbit, basically. Those are two totally different things. That's why you have to make sure when you're doing those maneuvers for the rendezvous, you have to make sure that this is in target mode, not in orbit mode. Not in orbit mode. Let's keep on going here. Does anyone else see what happens when DOS tries a 500 meters per second docking? We've done it before. We've done that so many times. Little DOS, you know you calculate this. Make a node on the intersect and optical align. Way easier method. Going the hard way. Tabakasi, I know we can make a node there, but what I'm doing is teaching the basic principles of what the nav ball does. So we do it live, because when we do it live, we learn the basic principles, and that allows us to react to situations that our craft come into, right? If you always have to stop and make a node for every single thing, we'll make a node with a Hohmann transfer coming up here. But if you always have to stop and make a node, you may be missing some of the basic concepts. The reason I did that was to teach the to teach the nav ball and to show what the things on the nav ball mean whenever we're doing that rendezvous. We got some pink triangle in there. Close enough. It's not rocket science. Yes, it is, DOS. This entire game is rocket science. No, rendezvous encounters are forward heavy. I don't know what that says. You need to start burning 24 seconds beforehand. I started burning less than 20 seconds beforehand, and I still came to a stop way before it. So check your math there, North Star. Check your math. You've only got 4... Oh, Cybertech's got that. DOS, you've only got 461 meters per second of delta V in that stage. Cybertech was telling me that I didn't have enough meters per second in that stage to do the entire rendezvous burn. I could not kill all the relative velocity while I was doing this. So that's why we had to ditch that one engine and keep going. DOS already asked for a shoot opening suicide calculator. In hold, please. Nice. The bot's only 1 week old. That's correct, Scar. DOS, you just shot a fuel tank at your station, but we didn't. We didn't have the rendezvous complete yet. We still had like a 0.5 kilometer or 0.9 kilometer at the time of separation. So we did shoot a fuel tank at it. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. This vessel looks like an SR-71, close with no wings. DOS, the faster you'll approach, the less correction we need to do, but we want to teach how to do the correction. We want to teach how to do the correction. It'll actually cost you more delta V if you go too close to it. You want to do the corrections without killing too much of your approach speed, because if you wait too long, it'll cost you more delta V to come over to the station. Remember, with most orbital maneuvers, the sooner you do the correction, the better off you will be, not the later. Doing things later is just like showing off. You're just showing off. You're better at approaching 17 meters. I talked about that one. Don't do that. Be safe. Don't do what North Star was saying there. Do it if you want to be awesome, if you want to show off. But if you want to be safe, approach more slowly. Take time to think. It's not a race, right? It's not a race. Just take your time. Take your time with doing it. Let's see what else we've got. North Star, I'm going to turn off your DOS privileges. Hey DOS, why is Samikin's portrait static? Well, that's a good question. Why is Samikin's portrait static? I do not know the answer to that, honestly. Samikin's is having some trouble, apparently. Kicked a wire loose, just like I always do. Pixmap, where was Pixmap at? It's because I just started playing and I want to learn this stuff. Pixmap, feel free to ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. Thank you for doing that, Gav. DOS, extend the landing gear. What? Let's see here. What else do we have? Oriented with it. Oriented versus aligned. Yeah, thank you. Orient. I like that. Oriented versus aligned. Rend. That's actually what I should say. Orient versus aligned. That's a great way to say it. That's a great way to say it. Let's see here. Dancing with DOS. Checked your vector, Victor. Don't call me Shirley. DOS drink. I did. Tolton, what's up? Do a ghost docking tutorial. Okay, I'll do that one day. The ISS docks very slowly. DOS, start over. I just got here. I am going to do it again. DOS, what are the essentials for a space station? Mercenary Blue. I don't know. What's the mission of the space station? You definitely need power generation and reaction control at the very least. Command, power generation, and reaction control at the very least. Maybe not even reaction control. Being able to see things is overrated. Let's see here. DOS, you don't know how to do stuff. I know. I'm so terrible. I'm so terrible. Question, do you do tutorials on how to build mega spaceships in space? Yes, we have done that. We have done that. We have definitely done mega spaceships. I don't know what I'm doing. Rolo, you're right. I have no clue what I'm doing. Take 2 minutes, DOS. It's okay. Thank you. DOS didn't extend the landing gear. Yes, that was terrible since we need it in space so much. What else do we have? DOS keeps station pointing north to south so docking is easier. Yeah, we don't really do it with this one. The main axis of the station is north to south. You can see that right like this. Alright, north to south like that. That makes it easier to add station modules, but that doesn't necessarily make it easier to come into these docking ports. I've got 4 docking ports so that no matter where I approach from, I've almost always got an open docking port pointing at me. That's kind of what I did. Did you push this station into one part in the sky? No, Pyrosun, we actually assembled this one in orbit. This was the station assembly session we did a couple weeks back. DOS random ballrooms. What? I don't know what that means. I don't get that reference. DOS Cybertech mandates you to drink when you come back. Yeah, I missed it. What else? What up, bud? There's Scarlet again. I bet you said something and I bet you I missed it. Let's see here. Hello, Theta. I saw you here before DOS was streaming today, checking your credits. Everybody's in there checking credits. I love how DOS has main sails for his station propulsion. Dude, that's how we roll. When you want to keep a station in an orbit, you want to keep a station in an orbit. Oh, apparently Northstar is going to start up his own stream. Dude, Northstar, go for it. That is awesome. I will totally come and hang out with you when I'm not streaming. You are welcome. If you need any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I guess it's dinner time for you. Good luck, Insulin. Get you some dinner. DOS, when you refer to dorsal side, does that mean the direction the pod door or jet wind seal faces? Yes. Bean, that is an absolutely fantastic question. That is an absolutely fantastic question. So let's do this. I am going to stop on that fantastic question, and I'm going to go back to the Space Center and answer that question, because that is a really great question. We are going to look at probe cores and see how you can determine what their dorsal side is. Wow, chat is almost going faster than I can keep up. I'm catching up. Let's see here. So we've got this craft. And this is the dorsal side. For most airplane control parts, the cockpit will be on the dorsal side, right? Because the tail of the plane and the cockpit are usually on the same side of the cockpit, or on the same side of the plane. So this is the dorsal side. For these pods, well, look, we can grab this. See how that is the dorsal side. For this pod, that is the dorsal side. A little bit different. But what you can tell, the dorsal side of a piece of equipment always has the flag behind it. See the flag down here? It's behind my head, the flag down here. When I pick it up in the VAB, off the tab, like this, that's the dorsal side because the flag is behind it. That's the dorsal side because the flag is behind it. That's the dorsal side because the flag is behind it. That's the dorsal side, not only because the pod door is there, but also the flag is behind it. So that's a good way to tell with most of the pieces. If you're just looking at something, let's go look at one of these probe cores. See if I can find a place to put it. Here, I'll just put it on this engine for now. On this probe core, do you see how it says Octo 2? It has the name of the probe right there. That is the dorsal side of a probe core. Keep looking. Right there. Oh, I can't put it there. There we go. You see RGU 001S? That's the dorsal side. The big one has the same thing. You can see it there. I can't actually place the piece. There it is. RGU 01. All of these are the dorsal sides. The Stay Putnik, you can actually see it says Stay Putnik on there if you can see that. See it says Stay Putnik? Those are the dorsal sides of those probe cores. So if you're in space, you don't know where the dorsal side of a craft is, you can actually look at this right here. You can zoom in and have a look at it, and if you see that, that's going to be the dorsal side when you're controlling from that piece. Hopes that answers your question. Bother, how did I miss the start of the stream? My ePro provider has been sacked. What DPAC config settings are you using? I didn't change them. Jeez. Interesting. Figure out Space Center can't select anything bug. It's basically ruined my save. Figure out the Space Center can't select anything bug. Joshy, wow, if you just escape and go back in, that fixes that bug for me. Just leave out of the game and come back in. That usually fixes it. Maybe try to uninstall Alarm Clock if you're using that. We thought that might have something to do with it. Don't want your save to be ruined, though. Let's see here. Ooh, that was a great question, too. I will get down to it. DOS, are you still going to show how to do geosync orbit today? Yes, coming up in about 30 minutes now. Jeez, oh Pete, so many questions. DOS, been watching your vids. You mentioned that Atmos efficiency should be 103 to 15%. Barry, basically don't make it too high. Don't make it 110 or 120% in terms of atmospheric efficiency. If you get too high, you'll be losing a lot of delta V to drag. You're pushing against the air too fast, too hard, remember? Drag varies with the square of velocity. But somewhere around 95 to 105 is fine for the launch. You won't lose too much if you do that. Hey DOS, we are watching you on Chromecast, says Sublime. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Solonic, any chance you can launch another one? I will do another one. DOS, do you have a build Cine Station to an orbit tutorial? Yes, I have them all over YouTube. I've got quite a few station tutorials, and I'm going to do a live one coming next week. There's Solonic. Hey DOS, would you mind if I post a link to my channel before I leave? Oh, Northstar is asking that. No, Northstar, don't post a link to your channel. You're too darn ornery. I'm just kidding. Post a link if you want. That's all fine, man. Don't come over here and spam it, but if you come over, I'll come watch you. Heck, dude, where are you at? Northstar, I'll actually follow you. There you go. Done. Congratulations. I'll come check you out sometimes if I see you streaming when I'm not. Let's see here. Watching on Chromecast, got that. Spanner 5 spaceship, not tonight. We're focusing on docking and rendezvous tonight. I remember Trevor. Deadliest Path is back. DOS, I feel like if I watch enough of your stream, NASA will dub you an honorary astronaut. Thank you. Caretaker, that's an awesome comment. Cutting engine thrust as you get closer, not 24 seconds at full power. Yes, there are lots of different ways. There are lots of different ways to perform that maneuver. I've been fine with all the manual work, just about the when to burn. Without the acceleration value, you're lost. So just slamming a node, roll prograde. Yes, you are correct, Tabakasi. If you don't have that, what I'm doing is I'm demonstrating the concept and I'm teaching you something about engineering. You've got the acceleration in there. You can see how long it's going to take you to accelerate a certain amount. That's why I wanted to illustrate it that way. Remember, guys, there are a lot of different ways to do these maneuvers that I'm showing you. I'm just showing you a way that I think is pretty easy. I think that's pretty easy. Mercenary Blue is back. Essentials to build a space station. Come to a space station stream next week when I do that. Take your time. Docking is a ballet. It's not a mosh pit. Dude, Bean, I love that comment. I agree with DOS. You should take your time. Docking is a ballet, not a mosh pit. KSP coming to you. Here, DOS. Perfect tutorial on how not to do anything in the game unless it's a tiny probe. What? I don't know what that is. Whoa. Watching DOS stream yesterday for a couple hours made me want to skip a few steps and go get an asteroid. Wow. Alright, Northstar, chill out a little bit, man. Jeez. Epic Pants made some mac and cheese. I would love some. I'm going to order pizza in a little bit. Planning my fan mission to Duna. 22 or 200k Kev. You should come during an interplanetary mission planning stream. I do an entire stream where I just talk about what you need to do to plan and execute an interplanetary mission. Could be altered for VTOL landings on Minimus. Fat Cat, I just do this a lot. I am not a scientist. I don't know what the deal with that far right Kerbal was. He was very staticky. Northstar, you're supposed to send me a message. Send me a message and ask me the question. Make a rocket that touches the roof. K9 officer. What is going on, K9? Thank you very much. Should I eject my parachutes with Separatrons? Probably not. You usually don't need to do that. Okay, I'm starting to see something's wrong with your game. Space Engineer spaceplane physics. It won't even get off the runway. We will have a look at that. Captain McDougal, you were saying that yesterday. When I take it off in the stock game, I just leave it go down the runway and it goes just fine. So I will definitely look at that. Start using a mod called Near Future Technology. I've got that one. I'm going to be streaming that later this evening. It's a fun mod for all beginners. Thank you for recommending it. Excellent. All right. Ask me to speak up. Oh my gosh. Seriously? Now I've missed that. Now I've totally missed that. Where was that at? Scarlet River. Here we go. Scarlet River is another streamer. I'm short on time. I'm totally short on time. But Scarlet River is another streamer. I follow Scarlet River. I love hanging out on Scarlet River's channel. I've actually got on Scarlet River's TeamSpeak before and acted as his Capcom. It's almost like he doesn't need me anymore, though. I'm just kidding. Scarlet River, you're awesome. Thank you for hanging out, and toss him a follow. Go for it. Let's see here. Let me scroll down. Did I miss anything else? Station in orbit. A lot of questions. Deadliest Path. If you make a station in orbit and it's really heavy, will it fall back to Kerbal? I think you were saying. No, once you get it in orbit, it stays in orbit. Drink. How can you tell if you've got the docking ports oriented right? Okay, that was a great question. It's that right there, Ren Phoenix. And if you're looking at docking ports, you can actually look at a docking port like this. And when you put it down, it's got a window. Imagine a little Kerbal standing in there. Imagine a little Kerbal in there looking out that window, right? Just like a Kerbal was sitting in the front of the spaceplane in the cockpit. So if you put this piece like this, and you can get that window lined up. This is not the piece to demonstrate this with, by the way. Totally not the piece to demonstrate this with. That's probably close enough. If you have the window up, just like these windows are up, this right here is the dorsal side of the docking port. The part along the top of the window. So if I were to put this down like this, let me see if I can illustrate it better. If I had a piece that was a fuel tank like this, and I know I am answering some questions, y'all. I do appreciate y'all being patient while I answer questions. Because that's the whole thing, right? I want to answer questions. If I put, oops, there we go. If I put that on like that, I would put my dorsal battery right like that, because that is the dorsal side of that docking port. In fact, if I right click and do a control from here, that would be the dorsal side when I was controlling that craft going the other way. I would want to align those docking ports just like I did right here. I would want to make sure that that docking port shared the same dorsal side as the rest of the craft. So imagine a Kerbal walking in there, right, with his feet on this side. This is the floor. This is the ceiling. That is the little hatch that he can peer out whenever he's walking through that craft. That is the dorsal side. Either we're going forwards or backwards. So that is how you check whether or not the dorsal side, where was that at? Where was that out? Let's see here. Cantab 2718. That is how you figure it out, Cantab. DOS Paper Airplane Go. Shinkle has been here before. Do I have Xbox One? No, I don't. I have a PC. Master Race Hype. Das, what do you do for suicide burn calculations? Omega Centi, come to a suicide burn stream and I will go over that in detail. Let's see here. I am definitely going to have fun. French fries, you don't stream. Seem to be really good at calculations. I would like to know if it's possible to land a 500 megaton station with chutes. Yes, if real chutes was working, that would work just fine. Kerbal Bootcamp, yep, love it. Thanks for doing what you do, Albin, I appreciate it. I'm almost done with the questions here. Yodas! I wish I could stay for the stream, but I have to go just drop by. Thank you, Spaceman, who's probably gone by now. How do you bring a rocket back to Earth after it's been orbiting the sun? Salmon! We did that yesterday. When we brought the asteroid back, we were working on that yesterday. Kind of. Omega Centi, you just say the word question and it will highlight it. Drink. How do you do suicide burn calculations? I'll catch that. Alright, I do have YouTube. There was a YouTube link. We are doing Rendezvous and Docu. Thanks, DOS. It's so frustrating. Oh, man. Captain McDougal, I will, sometime I'm not streaming, I will see if I can go into detail with it with you. I would probably try a clean uninstall. I would just try a clean install of the game and see if that works. Is there a visual cue on the docking port senior? That is another great question. Yes, there is. Actually, I can just put it like that, and you have the same little window. If you can see that, let me get it on the light, maybe. No, a dark area is easier. You see the window? Same visual cue on the docking port senior. In fact, it's on this as well. Oh, come on. Well, I guess I could actually radially attach it. This one right here also has the same visual cue. In fact, this one has the same visual cue as well, which I won't show. Did I miss anything else? What headset? Turtle Beach X31. Don't Shreve, but I River Lake and Even Creek. That's hilarious. Alright. X31, Turtle Beach X31. Let's do another direct rendezvous here. I've got 25 minutes because that was a lot of questions, but I appreciate the questions. Let's do another direct rendezvous here using the same craft. If you missed it the first time, we're going to do another direct rendezvous with the same station. So let's go get that done. The KSA Direct Rendezvous. And remember, these numbers are important. The fact that these numbers are the way they are make this craft capable of what I'm about to do. You can't just hop in any rocket off the used rocket lot and do this maneuver. You have to have high thrust to weight throughout the entire maneuver. If you ever go down to a 0.9 or 0.5 or forbid 0.01 or something like that thrust to weight, this maneuver becomes a lot more complicated and the numbers don't work. The numbers don't work. Do you SoundCloud, bro? I don't even know what that means. SoundCloud? Why would I SoundCloud? Alright, anyways, let's go do another one of these before we get going. Monobobby, absolutely. Absolutely. I will bring up the terminal velocity as we go, and you can see that the ship is designed to stay close. Not exactly, but close to terminal velocity the entire way. Let's see here. Shep Hat and Theophil. I'll just grab a couple people here in the interest of time. I always like to do it. So let's see who's going to go. Crew roster. And the winner is... Oh, wait. Beacon. There we go. And I am going to do... X31. I just said X31. Turtle Beach X31. Says it on the label. Look, it says it right there on the tin. Turtle Beach X31. I doubt you can see that. Alright. No, I do not use it. I do not use it, Super Crazy Dude. You're welcome to post, if it's an actual link, I'll have a look at it. But I do not use it to stream songs right now. There's a chat bacon. I was putting some people in, and what I was going to do was winner, winner, chicken dinner like that. Insolent. Insolent. Is that like a take on insolent? Like insolent, like with an O in there? Let's put you in a rocket. Wow, you got a good roll, by the way. Not too smart, but you're pretty courageous. I don't know if that's a boon, like a boon, or not. Let me grab another winner here. And the winner is Gav. I don't think Gav's going anywhere yet, is he? We really need a Kerbal Google search at this point, because there are way too many people in this list. I don't even care. Let's just put Gav in a rocket, and if there are more than one Gav, remember they're like Cylons. There are many copies, and they have a plan. Actually, I don't think they have a plan a lot of the times. I'll grab a couple more people. I'm just going to go fast here. I'm going to go fast. I call hacks. It always gets the moderators. Destroyer James. Destroyer James, I don't even know if you're here, but because you're a Cylon, I'm going to toss you into the craft. Apply. Like this. We'll put you in the crew cabin, and I'll get 3 more. Let's go 3 more, winner. And the winner is F5 Bot. Who doesn't follow the channel, you loser? You don't count F5 Bot. Let's get another one. Sublimed Fur. Sublimed Fur. Let me create a Kerbal. Let me do that. That's not a bad roll either. Pretty dumb though, but what can you do? And I'll get 2 more. What's up, Exotic Crush? And the winner is Cantab. You asked about the docking ports. Now you can be looking out the docking ports yourself on the way. You can totally be... Oh, that guy's name was Froster Kerman. That's actually a pretty good name. You got a Jeb-like roll there. So we'll put old Cantab in there, so you can look out the back of the docking port. And we'll take 1 more person, rigged, and the winner is... Captain McDougal. Your save's not working, so you can play around in my save. I will bring you along with us on this mission. Jeez, buck up a little bit there, man. Maybe go to school as well. Let's put Captain McDougal in the craft. Like that. That's a good loadout for Kerbals. I know I've got room for more. But we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. So let's go to the Bacon Station. That's the Narwhal. Oh, the Bacon Station is in launch position right now. Look at that. It's over Kerbal, India. It's totally over Kerbal, India right now. So it's time to launch the Bacon Station. This is Kerbal, India. That's the Bacon Station. I gotta go. I gotta go. Throttle up. Panel lock. SAS engage. 3, 2, 1. Gav and Insolent. Launch that rocket. There you go. And we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do the same. And with that stupidity, I think I'll be looking out upside down. Give my compliments to the Kraken in the sky. Kick the wires at your feet. What is going on with that? He's there. What gauges? What are you reading? Gav, what gauges are you looking at? Okay, that's better. There's no gauges up here. What are you even looking at? Why the frown? Seriously, look out the front of the rocket. This tells us nothing. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. That's pretty out the side window there. In fact, we're going up to 10K, so I've got time to play around. I've totally got time to look around. Look at that moon out there. The moon is just setting over the mountains west of KSC there. Not too shabby. You press C to get back there. Did you know about the hidden places? If you double click, right there, you can actually see. What? What is going on there? I don't know, but I've got an orbital pitch maneuver to make, and I have no clue what's happening right there. I'm going to screenshot that right quick, and I've got a pitch maneuver when I get to 10,000, so now we know why that's showing that, I guess. My terminal velocity was perfect for that craft. Why? Because of 1.7 on the pad. I botched it. I got to turn faster now. Were you watching the Were you watching the terminal velocity? Because I wasn't. I was playing around with Kerbans. That is weird. Never seen that before. Apparently we've developed holographic technology. We've totally developed holographic technology. Let's go out to the map screen and see. I wasn't paying as much attention that time. So let's see how this lines up. Press delete. Go there. Let's set that Bacon Station as the target. No. Set that Bacon Station as the target. Looks like we have stopped accelerating. That's never a good thing. So let's fix that. There we go. I've botched a couple things on here, so let's see if I can fix the problems that have been created. Remember last time we had a bad inclination, so we want to watch this inclination. We want to watch that inclination. And it looks like we're okay. I would rather be coming in with a bit... Yeah, it looks like we're okay this time. So let's just watch it, and let's see how this encounter shapes up this time. I've been burning a little bit differently. It's still pretty darn close. It's still pretty darn close. So let's just keep burning this one live. That right there looks pretty good. 5.1, 5.2. Now, okay. Now I've actually gone past it. So I don't want to coast. This isn't efficient, but this is a direct rendezvous. We want time, not efficiency. If I start to do that, do you see how I'm beating the space station this time? I am there, and the space station's going to be behind me. And I need to fix that. I'm actually going to burn down towards the horizon like this. And when I do that, that will bring me further apart. That was too far down towards the horizon. I need to burn up now. That was too far, actually. So if I burn more up, that should use my existing velocity. This is basically radial out. And do that right there. This right here is shaping up to be a loitering rendezvous. A loitering direct rendezvous. A quasi-direct rendezvous. So let me show you how to do this one. I could play around and try to get this done. But let's not do it. What do you see? We're coming in low again. I think we need to fix the inclination of that station, maybe. So what I'm going to do is point north and fix the inclination. However, I'm not going to go for the first one. I'm actually going to go higher, wait a bit, and then go lower. So let's go to orbit. Let's burn pink triangle. That is going to deflect us up. That is the one we want. And let's get that right like that. And now let's see if we can bring these things together. So we shall come over here towards the horizon. And the cool thing is we could actually still do it if we just started burning right here, because that's about splitting the difference 50-50. So let's go over to target mode, and let's see if we can do anything to make this shape up. There, we've got it broken, and now we're turning it back down. But because I'm going a little bit higher, it's going to be a direct rendezvous, and I need to listen for this stage to kick off. This is going to be important. That station is right behind us, 16 kilometers right now. We're just going to keep burning basically until we get this encounter. Let's not even watch it from there. Let's watch it from here. Station's coming up our tailpipe. We do not want it to beat us. We're just going to keep burning, and I'm just going to do it live. Push the green X over the pink ball. Once we're within this range, just push the green X over the pink ball. And when you get it there, toss an engine stage at it. Right like that. Honestly, we're good to go. Look at that encounter. 0.4 kilometers. So since everybody was... we just tossed that engine at the station. We really need to design that rocket so that runs out just a teeny bit sooner. So it runs out just a teeny bit sooner. Kerbal soda program, yeah. In fact, we didn't have to do that. We were able to correct that one on the fly, so that is still a direct rendezvous. That is still a direct rendezvous where just past our apoapse. We loitered just a little bit, but I'll still allow it. So somebody wanted me to burn like this and stop a lot sooner and approach the station at what, like 50 meters per second or something ridiculous like that, because that's more efficient. And then right when we get to the station, we want to bleed off the rest of the speed, right, like that. Is that what you wanted? Did you want me to get there faster? Because we can get there faster if you want us to. Anyways, let's do this. Let's actually use our main engines, and I'm going to fly up in this direction. I'm going to take my craft and fly that way. How do I do that? Check it out. I am going to point at the target. Let's illustrate it with nav HUD. Adel, if Adel is here. That right there is me pointing directly at the target. I want to fly up here so that I can go to this docking port here. So to fly up there, I'm actually going to point myself up there, right like that. Look how easy it is. I'm just going to point myself right there, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of velocity. Let's go about 2 meters per second to fly up there, since everybody's so impatient with their docking. Ah, yes. Do not meddle with the affairs of streamers. For they are what? How does it go? For they are rash and have cameras and microphones. And I am just going to fly up there. In fact, remember, I can change my trajectory, and I can actually push that green ball down. Now I'm flying straight where I'm pointing. And I'm going to fly, look at that. I'm going to fly right up that way. In fact, it looks like I could probably aim a little higher. and point right like that. I'm just flying up there. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. And basically, I'm going to get aligned with this docking port. Just think of it like any sort of flag game. When I get here, I want to point straight at that green ball, and I want to press N to bleed off all that velocity. N is basically RCS backwards. RCS slow down. RCS don't go that way anymore. And that right there has me very well aligned for a dock. Very well positioned for a dock, I should say. So the next thing that I want to do is orient myself, like we said last time. So I'm actually going to control from here. That is going to let me back this in. I am going to set that as my target, just like that, and I am going to point towards the red ball. In fact, nav HUD is integrated with the docking alignment indicator. So I can actually point, not even looking at the nav ball, I can point myself right there. It's like an HD nav ball, basically. A nav ball that has a lot more screen real estate. That right there is pretty darn well aligned. Right like that is pretty darn well aligned. And look down there, we're good to go. So now we just need to back it on in. So I'm going to turn my RCS back on. I'm going to translate to the left and down a little bit. And I'm going to go towards the station. Why go towards the station? If I'm going towards the station very slowly, that gives me the green ball. Do you see the green ball there? We don't need that anymore. Do you see the green ball there? And do you see the green ball there? Again, I've put my dorsal side to the top of the screen. I've controlled from that docking port. And I am just using this green ball to pull myself towards the station. That's what I'm doing. It's pretty easy, actually. I'm just making a straight line. I oriented with the red ball. See? Up there. That's what I did. I'm oriented with that red ball. I am putting... Actually, I could do this better. I'm drawing a straight line between myself and the red ball, the pink ball, which is my target, and the green ball. And this green ball is actually going to pull me over in line with that docking port. And look at it happening in real life. Look at it happening in the 3D environment. It's actually pulling us over. And as I get closer, I can bring the green ball in. But just keep it in a straight line. Just make it a straight line, right like that. This is not rocket science. This is totally not rocket science. And once, I'm looking at nav HUD this time. The closer I get, this craft needs to be balanced a little bit. I just keep chasing it on in. Just make a straight line. Myself in the red ball, the pink ball in this. And as soon as I get that pink ball there, we can be docked. I know I was playing around a little bit there, but what is wrong with Insolent? It's like his agent didn't approve of him appearing in this film. So, yes. Nice job, Gav. Nice job, Gav. Nice job, Gav. Anyways, that right there was another direct orbital rendezvous and a dock. And a dock. That is another direct orbital rendezvous and a dock. So I think I've got time for a deorbit. Let me do this. Let me deorbit one of these craft at the KSC, and then I will read my chat, because it's just about time for us to go live on KSP TV. Just about time. Can I EVA around the Bacon Station? Nope. The way we've got to set it up, you've got to walk into the Bacon Station. Sorry. Let's go ahead and take some Kerbals out. Cantab. Go to the lab, since it rhymes. Omega Sentai. Let's see, who else is in here? Captain McDougal. Go to the lab. Who else do we have? Destroyer James, you can go into the Hitchhiker in the middle. Who else do we have to transfer? Sublimed Fur, you can go into the Hitchhiker in the middle. Who else do we have to transfer? We've got Joshiwawa, who's going to transfer into there. We've got Blazing Volk TV, who can transfer into the same science lab. It's actually like a kitchen, right? We figure the science lab and the kitchen have the same sort of instruments. KSP Kamuchi can go down into one of these pods. You're sleeping, I guess, lazy bum. And Rousdowser, for not following me, can be lost in space forever. Goodbye, Rousdowser. So anyways, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. That's rude. That's probably not going to get me any credits with anybody, so let's go ahead and put you in a pod. Did you know that NavHUD actually works with Kerbals? NavHUD actually works with Kerbals too. You can look at the Kerbals prograde, retrograde, all sorts of directions. We have to get some sort of payback, so I guess you can bump against the station. Ugh. There you go. Grab a hold and get inside. Oh, brother. Do I have a Kerbal? No, I don't have any of those things installed. Kerbal Engineer part inside the cockpit, raster prop, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. We've got just enough time to deorbit one of these craft. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I choose this one. Let's go ahead and F5 for safety, since we're going to be a deorbit maneuver here. That's a quick save. We will bring old Gav and Insolent back. That was the flight crew. We'll bring you back. You were just delivering 4 Kerbals. Well done. And we are going to click right there. F5 for safety again. Let's turn off nav HUD. I just pressed Y. The keyboard shortcut to turn off nav HUD was Y. If you want to link to it, scroll down, and I've got it down there. And we'll go with undock. Now that we are undocked, Space Operation Manual says SAS engage, RCS engage. Get the heck away from the station, please. Because we do not want to deorbit through the station. That's a bad time. In fact, this craft is so full of fuel. We're going to have to do something about that. We are going to exit the station. This is just how NASA does it. They turn on the main engines when they're right next to the station. Just kidding. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. Now that I've pushed myself away from the station, I can actually go for a deorbit burn, and I'm going to use my other favorite mod, Atmospheric Trajectories, to return you to the KSC. We're going to have to burn this fuel off, though. Let's see here. Oh, no, wait. Battlescar, time out. That is a great question that Battlescar just asked. I just happened to see it pop up. Battlescar, DOS, I just jumped in. So sorry if somebody asked this. Why are little tick marks in the bottom blue instead of orange? Blue Scar. The tick marks down there turn blue when I press the caps lock key. You can also see my letters get bigger in uppercase. When I do that, that puts me in fine control mode. So if I turn on my RCS, that uses little tiny puffs of RCS. Do you see how it's little tiny puffs? That gives me much finer control over my trajectory. When I've hit caps lock again and they are orange and my letters are lowercase, that uses full thrust RCS. That is course control RCS. So when I was docking, when I got up close, I actually switched to fine control so that the same analog key presses would not